let's see how this works, because other times I've tried and just, I don't know, shit's gone wrong. But anyway, hello everyone, the Vibe Koge here with this, I guess you could say, fun idea. What if Deku disappeared for 4 years? Now, Deku is still quirkless, but he is in this one also the reincarnation of Le Spike Spiegel. Because I love Cowboy Bebop, and no lie, I have just been listening to their album, like their soundtrack, and just the jazz alone is just one of those, like, I love it. I love it so much. Now, him disappearing does not mean he gets kidnapped or any of that shit. Nah, nah, nah. See, most of the canon story still happens. Like, Deku was born to a mother who, in this one, it doesn't really matter like, since he's quirkless, they don't really care about him. So, yeah. So it's not like Deku is, like, in a bad situation. In his mind, he's just like, I remember who I was as Spike Spiegel. I'm in this world's bullshit. And no lie, when Deku was 10 is when he got his, like, started to get his past lives memories. And now that he's about 14 right now, so 4 years, he has trained his body with his memories of what he used to do to work out. So he has skills. And it's not like he does think about being kind of like a hero. Sort of. But it's more like he wants to do good for the world and get paid for it. And it just so happens to be a hero. Now, to him, it's perfectly fine if he goes by vigilantism or, I guess, anti-villain, anti-hero esque theme. He's fine with it. He doesn't really mind working with the law or working outside the law. Since, Spike. Fuck. Um, I'm sorry. Now, that is just like pretty much the same thing. Now, it is pretty much where we're starting with the canon. Sludge Villain attacks. Now, the difference here is when Sludge Villain attacks um, Izuku, he can actually outmove the Sludge Villain pretty easily, very acrobatically. Um, he knows that the guy's body is like liquid, so he's just like, I'm gonna bust out something I have saved for that Bakugo guy. Because he's not calling him, he doesn't call Katsuki Kachan, since they're not really friends, since, a quirkless nobody can't be a hero, so, in his mind, he's just like, well, I know I can fold your ass like motherfucking laundry, so just stay away from me, Katsuki. So, yeah. So, yeah. He's pretty much been able to outmaneuver the Sludge Villain just enough for All Might to show up, does a Detroit smash, knocking out the villain, and, well, they collect the villain, but before All Might leaves, Izuku's just um, he's not fanboying, because he does like All Might, but at the same time, he's just like, he believes All Might's too overhyped. So he does ask him, hold up. Fuck. I wasn't trying to do that. Anyway, sorry. So he asks him, do you think I can be a hero? that was deeper. That was probably too deep for a 14-year-old voice. Um, do you believe I can be a hero? That works. All Might's just like, what's your quirk? I don't have a quirk. Oh, fuck no. Just flies off. Now, this one, All Might, I'm gonna say he's not looking for a successor because he didn't get as hurt in his fight for All for One. I'll say, Gran Torino ended up taking that blow for him. So in the death of Gran Torino, All Might kept his quirk, but All Might's also a lot colder now. So, well, yes, he's still the number one hero. There were some people. Fuck. My bad, guys. There were some people, like some of his fans, like noticed he seemed to have gotten like darker. Like his smile wasn't as big, or like it was just maybe less teethy smile, more just like a lip corners fake smile. But yeah, no. That's just how it's been. Hold on. I'm back. I blew my nose and then got a drink because it's weird. Like my nose is like stuffy with mucus, but I'm not really more fucked up than that. Oh, fuck it. I gotta stop. So yeah, that happened, and well, it doesn't really matter if he drops the sludge villain or not, since he's still like 100%. So yeah, he actually. Oh, that is the 5th time I've yawned. Sorry. Anyway, so pretty much there's no need for a second sludge villain incident once like you got caught by with the Izuku being the distraction. It's GG's. So yeah, All Might, he leaves, no second sludge villain, but someone else saw Izuku move that way, like countering, dodging, and all this other good shit. And that is, if you don't know or can't figure out who is supposed to be the one beneath Izuku in this one, it is a Rick Sanchez. This Rick Sanchez from this timeline in this multiverse never had Beth. And he's not necessarily a like hero. This Rick Sanchez is just super smart. But he also still like fought in his own galactic war and did his own multiverse shit in his own shenanigans. Now, what he saw Izuku fight like reminded him of an individual named like Spike Spiegel, because for the sake of plot, Spike Spiegel, I feel like I'm trying to go to James Bond on that one. I apologize. But no. In this timeline, Rick knew Spike, and they were really good friends. And Spike was the closest thing to a son Rick had. So he's seen, this kid just move just like him, kind of look just like him, like minus the freckles, but spitting image. He's just like, no way. No. When I scan the universe for signs of relatives, any remaining relatives, I didn't get anything. So who is this kid? So, Izuku, he's just like, fuck. Pulls out a cigarette, starts smoking. He's under the bridge now. And he's just like thinking to himself, damn, even All Might just thinks power. Maybe I should get some gear. Something to tip the favor in my balance. He's just thinking to himself. And then Rick walks up to him saying, hey, by any chance, kid, is your dad Spike Spiegel? Izuku just looks up at him and I go like, no. Name sounds familiar though. And then this is when he's looking, like Rick's looking at him, and he's just like, whoa. You sure? You're not his son, but you know him? That sounds kind of strange, don't you think? And then Izuku's just like, well, you're not the first person coming to me asking me if I'm this child of said called Spiegel person. But I'll tell you what, Rick, which this is where Izuku fucked up because Rick never said his name. He's just like, it's good seeing you, but I'm gonna go. Rick just grabs him by the arm and he's just saying, I never said my name. And Izuku's just like, damn. Well, I don't know how to tell you this, Rick, but I am Spike Spiegel, No, that's impossible. Okay, I'll stop with the Star Wars reference. Um, get it? Instead of, he's your father. Like, instead of, like, oh, is he your father? No, it's like, I am him. Rather than, like, rather than two separate beings, they are the same being. Anyway, Izuku, he pretty much is like, yeah, I don't know how, but I woke up and I was pretty much doing life again. So, which Rick are you? Because I know there's a lot of you. And he's just saying, I'm the Rick from this dimension. Did you ever live here before? And Izuku's just shaking his head, nah. Just like, so, he's just like, so, did we do a job together? Probably not, and probably yes, due to the fact of multiverse theory. I think I may have done a job with another version of Spike Spiegel. And, well, if you know Rick, well, if you knew a Rick and not me, Rick, I think we can get along, don't you, kid? I saw how you were moving back there, and I overheard what All Might said. And if you know who I am, then you know what I build and what I do. So, if you're really Spike Spiegel, like, getting a do-over, which hacks, because why do you get to be young again? And, he just saying, what about Operation Phoenix? And he's saying, no. We don't talk about that. Nah. So, no, yeah. That's pretty much how that went. Now, Izuku, he's fine, like at home, like, with his lifestyle. Like, he gets his mom, like, doesn't really care for him, but it was still a place. But then Rick offers him, do you want to be a hero? Izuku just nods his head saying, yeah, it's kind of like the number one thing. So, Rick's saying, okay, then come with me for 4 years. Within those 4 years, we'll train you up against multiple battles in the galaxy. Get you some nice gear that these kids just won't be able to compete with. Get you some new martial arts and some new fighting styles. Something to give you an edge over these worlds. Over a world of power-hungry people. What do you say, Spike? Izuku's just like, my name is just Izuku Midoriya. But, you know what? I think I'm gonna change that. I'll be Izuku Spiegel, but not Spike. But you can call me Spike. It'll be more, I guess, a nickname. Better than the nickname this one kid gave me at school. He calls me a Deku, but I kicked his ass a few times, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh well. When do we leave? Like, right now. Right now? Yeah. The ship is back there. So he's just like, okay then. He gets on board, and they leave. They have their adventures, and Deku gets a fuck ton of experience being a interdimensional motherfucker. Now, he is now 18 when he comes back to Earth, but in the 4 years that he was gone, people thought he disappeared, since there was no body, no nothing, like, no, the only thing he left was just, like, his backpack and a note saying, maybe in 4 years I'll be back. That was just it. Because he's just like, if I enjoy my adventures too much in space, I might just be myself in space. The whole exploring planets and all that other shit. Izuku, though he's not an astronomer or that much into astrology, he does look up into the night sky a lot during his missions after them. Oh, they've liberated a few planets. They've taken over some. Fuck. Deku's already, he didn't pull a Rick and, like, fuck the planet like he did in season 4. Rather, he fucked the princess of an entire planet, and then they had to leave because... and Izuku's just like, how was I supposed to know that would have resulted in me technically starting a war? all I did was just hit it from the back. And Rick is just looking at him, just smiling, and he's just like, to be young. No, well, pretty much they're the type of people who, if you bed their daughter, you have to marry them. And you leaving kind of pissed them off. So, yeah. And Deku's just like, he lights another cigarette, and he's just like, I don't think that even matters, honestly. You know, because they're already off planet. And it's just one of those fun things to mention. Now, back on Earth, his mother thought he had died or ran away. So, she didn't really care, though. Because, you know, he was a quirkless kid. It's not like, oh, if he comes back in 4 years, he ain't gonna live here. Like, I already sold all his shit. Like, she already sold all his clothes, all of his All Might shit, all of it sold. His stuff is gone. Like, his computer, everything. Inko's just like, oh, well, he gone. I don't have to worry about it. Which, yeah, things do change when Izuku comes back, but that's just something else. Now, Bakugo, being Bakugo, who, once he heard, like, Izuku's disappearance, he thought he'd be okay with it. He really did, but, like, slowly but surely, in his mind, he's just like, yo, I think I fucked up. Because I missed that nerd. Because now everyone is stroking his ego, like, more and more about him being the number one hero, but in the back of his mind, he's just like, I legit told a kid to jump off a building, and now he's disappeared. Who the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, where is that nerd? And, you know, they can't find him. Now, for the sake of fun, I will say Mitsuki was the one who cried the most, probably, out of everyone who knew about Izuku leaving. Because that was still, like, a nephew to her. Like, you know, her and Inko used to be friends. It's just like, Inko, when she found out Izuku was quirkless, she just got really, really bad. So, the friendship was strained from there. But she was always good with and nice to Izuku. She never mistreated him or made fun of him for being quirkless. Just, yeah. So anyway, Deku comes back, and in case you're wondering, why is, like, everything so, like, different? If Deku's 18 and when we start the story in the anime, he's just barely 14. Well, this isn't canon. None of this is really canon. And so, timeline-wise, I can fuck with it as much as I want. And the other thing is, it's easier for Deku to be, like, 18 and killing people opposed to being, like, 14, because then they'll be like, nah, little motherfucker's a serial killer. Nah. Well, Deku isn't prone, like, doesn't always want to kill. He's just like, hey, if I got to, I got to. Ah, shit. Just had my train of thought. Give me a sec. So, I'm back. Got a drink. So, no, pretty much Deku comes back, and he's like, that doesn't seem like it's changed too much. Stretching, he has a duffel bag, a backpack, coat, you know, nothing too much. He's just walking around when, I'll say, this incident happens. It's, like, nighttime, so, you know, not too many people are, like, too, like, attentive of other people. They're more, like, conscious, like, focused on what they're doing. So I'll say, like, they don't really notice Izuku when he just walks by or walks in. But he was drawn to something. See, there was a large crowd. Not like there was an attack or anything, but there was something to watch. A performance, if you will. Performance? Someone was performing? Well, yes. A duet, actually. Hold up. Sorry, I'm back. I was making sure I had the name right. So yeah, no, it's a double performance between Le Idol Vigilante, I guess you can call her. Popstep, which, if you don't know who Popstep is, she's from Vigilantes. She knows Aizawa, and yeah. which is fun because as I was actually trying to capture her because she's been doing a lot of abusing quirks outside in public, and yeah. Now, she does have a protege with her. A protege, you say? How? Who? Well, since Pop Step is all about doing freeing performances, using her quirk to express herself, there is only one other person from UA that I know that could work well enough for this. Now, who is it? It's Jiro. Jiro is, supporting her. While Pop Step sings, Jiro plays the instruments. I must say she's just like, for the most basic one right now, they have Jiro just kind of like on a computer, almost like how a DJ is playing different instruments that are already pre-recorded that she had played previously for the songs. Now, going on, Izuku, he pretty much is just captivated by the sound. He likes like the music they're playing. He likes how Pop Step is singing, all that good noise. When, boom, an explosion just outside of like a liquor store. There was this one guy who, I had a name for him. Right. Just a second. So yeah, no, I was looking it up because I was gonna use the people from the Vigilantes manga. So Soga and I think it was Rept, REPT, whatever. He had a reptile quirk, and Soga had a spike quirk. So yeah, pretty much just manipulate. He places his hand on the ground. And it's kind of like overhaul, but the only thing he can do is manipulate it to make spikes. Or no, like he shoots out spikes out of his body, right? Oh, I've not read the manga in forever. Well, yeah, we'll just go with like he just shoots out spikes out of his body. So yeah, no, that happens just outside of this venue, out of the concert. So, you know, the audience, they disperse, they start screaming, like running away. And then the two guys come out, and Pop Step is pissed, and so is Jiro. Now, Jiro, what could be her stage name? Because, like, she'll have to, like, wear a mask and everything. Well, Pop Step. Hold up. Queen Beats is what I'll go with. Like, I don't know. Like, I was thinking maybe Queen Bee because. The fuck? The fuck did I just hear? I'm insane. It don't matter. It don't fucking matter. Back to this because I've not posted in fucking forever and shit happens, guys. Shit happened. So no, Deku he like no not Deku, Jiro. Jiro known as Queen Beats instead of Queen Bee because yeah, rather than like make it obvious her headphones are part of the thing. So she wears a hoodie that kind of hides the fact that she uses her like headphones with her equipment. So she uses it through her clothes so people don't see her ears because it kind of be obvious since I don't think many people have that specific quirk. So, they just see her stick out her hand and when it has equipment and it shoots out distortion sound waves. So Queen Beats is how she's known as. So her and Pop Step go and confront the two motherfuckers because, yeah, like Jiro already just shooting out heartbeat waves, um, fucking up these guys' um, sense of balance, if you will. Jiro learned how to control it where it's not necessarily loud, where it's like a high pitched frequency, but rather the sound itself, the way it's gonna vibrate within your ear, it disrupts the balance, the equilibrium, if you will. Yes, big words. Um, like it just fucks up their balance pretty much. Kind of like instilling a form of vertigo because the vibrations stay within the ear. So yeah, she pretty much calls it her vertigo distortion wave because it's for like only 2 minutes or so, but yeah, no. their balance, like to them, their whole world is legit just twirling endlessly. So, Pop Step, she's trying to like get close so she can kick them. So she uses her quirk leap, jumps over, and like she's trained her body to be more combat based now. Just in this one, her and Jiro. Since two women performing in bad neighborhoods might not be the best idea sometimes, and rather than have some guy protect them, they just got in shape to whoop ass. So, yeah, that's how it is. And no, the ship is not Jiro Deku or Deku Kazuo, because that's her name is Kazuo Hanayama. I want to say that's how you pronounce it. I may be wrong, but no. So yeah, those two they're fighting, and Deku's just watching this. He pulls out a cigarette, and he's just like, "This is pretty entertaining," you know. Like, in case you're wondering, what about Rick? Rick still does his own space adventures, and Rick won't really make too much of an appearance, but I'll probably use him a bit more. And Deku does have some gadgets up his sleeve. Now, so Deku, he's seeing this, and he's just like sitting on a bench. Everyone's just like the people who stayed to watch, they're looking at him like, yo, well, you can get hurt right now, you know that. And he's just like, I'll be fine. Not really too worried, just he's okay. Now, I'll say like Pop Step, she was able to land a kick on the reptile guy, our lizard person, who's not Spinner, and I'll just say is Spinner's brother, just for the sake of for whatever. So no, and his lizard quirk is more like what was he at? A Komodo dragon. So when he like whips Pop Step, it hurts her because very thick tail, and yeah, so he hits her despite like being dizzy as shit. Like he can't follow up on the hits. Like if they land a hit, it's a good hit, but they can't like rush in because Jiro. So Jiro, she comes in, she starts blasting regular sound waves to cause physical damage rather than just effect damage, more or less. So did he. So yeah, Deku, he's just watching this and he's just like, huh, they're both kind of cute, and he's just like he's already like halfway through his cigarette and he's just like, I'm gonna go talk to him. So he just gets up because like he just knows it's about to end. So he's just casually strolling over there. They're all like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't you care about your life?" And Deku's just like, I'm not going to die. I'm just gonna go see if I'm really alive. I have to use that line just one time. Don't worry about it. My brother just came through. He needed something. Nah. So anyway, yeah, Deku, he's just casually strolling over. He thinks like the fight's gonna end soon, so he's like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So yeah, he just strolls over, and the Spike guy, like not the Spike guy, Soga, the guy who shoots out spikes, because Deku is Spike in a sense. So that confused me. I confused myself. I set a trap for myself, I guess. Damn, didn't even notice that. Fuck. Back to the story. Back to the story. Deku, he's just he he goes into his like pocket, like reaches around his back pocket. You know, he's ready, just in case. Just like he needs to do something, and it's not what you think. It's not an ordinary type of pistol. It's something a bit more fun for him, rather than like a gift that Rick gave him for him to use, pretty much. So yeah. Anyway, Deku, he's just casually walking up, so he good. Now, I'll say yeah, like the reptile guy, he was able to use his like the venom sac that they have on like their paws to help poison their prey. She was able to nick Jiro, who like he was able to like outspeed her because he's really big, like in his like full lizard form, I guess, when he wants to go berserker. Plus, just because it's always fun, they also are working. They're one of the subordinates for all for once. They each have a second quirk, which yes, and his quirk was a like he can double his physical size and without any like speed damages. Like so, when he doubles his size, everything is doubled, including his speed. So yeah, and then Soga, who had the spike quirks shooting out from his body, his other quirk that he gained was pretty much a healing quirk for both him and his friend, which is like cell activation. But it requires the lipids in his it uses body fat rather than just like stamina. So yeah. Anyway, that's beyond the point right now. So here's the fight continuing. Like so he was able to nick Jiro, and Jiro like she feels the effect of the poison, so she falls. And you know, the spike guy, he's just like, I got her now. Like he sticks out his hand and is about to. All right, sorry, I like sneezed really badly and it like caused my lungs to collapse in and on itself. Shit hurt. Um, nah, I'm joking, but no, for real, that shit hurt. So no, back to the story. Um, Soga was about to like end Jiro pretty much with by impaling her with one of his spikes when Deku pulls out his gun and just shoots him. However, this gun is kind of weird. It's more of a capture based thing. Which, what could it be, you mean? Well, think of it like Danny Phantom's ghost thermometer, the Fenton thermos. And what this gun is pretty much a quirked human gun that, well, yes, it's the shape of a gun. Like, it has a chamber in the back that once it captures somebody, it takes them in and then holds them in a capsule, pretty much imprisoning them. And he has 5 pods with him, so, well, 5 spare pods, so capture pods. So he just unscrews that one, puts it in his pocket, screws in a new one, and he's just like, hi, name's Izuku. What can I do for y'all? And, you know, everyone's just like, what the fuck? What kind of quirk is that? And he's just like, oh, no, I don't have a quirk. This is something my friend made for me. This is my capture item, if you will. You go like, see, I don't have a quirk. And, well, rather than just be, you know, a guy who can kick your ass with just hands, feet, a headbutt, an elbow or two, rather than just fighting styles, disciplining just pure techniques and breaking my bones over and over again, which I did do, but I wanted something else. Something that I feel could bypass quirks in general. And that is technology. And what better way to do it than with this? Like, he holds up his gun, and he just saying, now, here's the thing. If the gun breaks, then your friend is stuck in this little pod. Because he's just, like, lying right now. In order to get them out, he can just throw them on the ground, capsule breaks, and then they go back to normal. So, yeah. Which, it's just easier to handle like this. In a sense, it's like doing a Master Ball capture every single time, but with quirked people. Because I figured that'd be kind of interesting and very fucked up of a thing to have. Like, okay, Overhaul, you have quirky racing bullets. Touché. But before you get that done, here's a gun that can capture people with quirks. Your move. Since, think about it, if you just have, like, lava or, like, a fire just going, you throw in that pod, when it breaks open in there, that's what they're exposed to. So, boom, instant explosion, they dead. It's not that hard, but it's still kind of fun. So anyway, yeah, Izuku's just like telling the guy, so do you surrender or do we gotta, you know, do I have to bring you in pretty much? Which Deku, he's like just a quarter of his cigarette remains, and he's just being so calm, cool, and casual that like when the girls see him, they're like, who the fuck is he? Like Pop Step is just like, I wonder if he likes older women. Jiro's just like, oh my god, I hope he's my age, and I hope Pop Step doesn't try and jump him like he did my last boyfriend. Just for the sake of drama. So her and Kaminari did date, and Pop Step jumped him before they were, you know, officially together. They were like in those like talking, texting, and like not fully like they've gone on a few dates, but not like official. So the fuck. I think my brother, either he's trying to go Super Saiyan or he's playing Apex. So one of the two. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, Deku, he just points the gun and he's saying, "Come on, like, I don't have to like shoot you to capture you. You can just turn yourself in, and then when the police get here, I'll let go of your friend. Oh, like once the police have the proper equipment to detain him, but." Yeah. Now, this is when I'll say Aizawa shows up. And he's just looking at Pop Step and... goddamn, this motherfucker. So, it turns out he's playing Flappy Bird. If y'all remember that accursed game. So, yeah, no. Aizawa shows up, and he's just looking at Pop Step and Heart and Queen Beats. And she's just like, friend of yours? They're shaking their head no. And, like, Aizawa's just, like, telling Izuku, put down the gun. And Deku's just like, oh, it doesn't kill. Like, and then, like, to prove it, he just straight up points to himself, pulls the trigger, and nothing happens. Which, if they don't have a quirk, it won't fire. So, he can pull the trigger all he wants to himself. So, this does cause Aizawa to, like, kind of, oh, okay. Then Deku points the gun and shoots him. The beam captures Aizawa. And, like... everyone's just like shook that Aizawa just got, like he got. He done got getted by the guy. Gotta stop with that. So yeah, no, Izuku, he's just like, that was pretty easy. And like he's just tossing up the Aizawa one. And Aizawa, while in this pod, he can feel it. It'd be like if he was, kind of like if he was in a waterbed, or no, like a rejuvenation chamber, similar to the one like shitty example, the Ben Affleck movie. He had like a waterbed casket thing that he would sleep in. That's kind of how it feels like, that they're suspended in something. Or Shinzi when they're in like the Eva pilots, like they're in a fluid. Like, they can still breathe, and they're thinking, what the fuck? But no, every time he's tossing it, Aizawa can feel, like, the resistance in the air. So, if he shakes it, Aizawa gets shooketh. So, yeah. And that's why it's, like, kind of fun, but kind of broken. And Aizawa was just like, when I get out of here, I'm gonna, like, fuck this kid up. Oh, my God, that felt great. Whew. So no, Deku, he's pretty much just like looking at the guy and he's just saying, come on, like, are we good? Do you want to surrender now? Like, and now this is when All Might shows up. And All Might's saying, I am here. And Deku's just saying, bitch bite. What? And like, he just points the gun and shoots, captures All Might. And like, the whole world is in silence. All Might was actually captured by this unknown man. Is he friend? Is he foe? He shoots, like, at this point he wasn't even waiting. He shoots the reptile guy, captures him, and like he's just saying, here are the two hero pods. Like he just chucks the shit out of the Aizawa one. And just for like the sake of plot, Pop Step is the one who jumps up and grabs it. and everyone sees her save it and saying, "Tell me how to get him out." And Izuku's just saying, "Just let it fall." I only threw it because, well, I was trying to get away. And she just does what he says. She lets it fall, and it cracks, bursts open, poof of smoke. Boom, Aizawa comes out, and he's just like, "Oh my god, that felt way too real." Because like when he got thrown, he felt like if he was like flying, and he's just like, "I don't like this ride. How do I get off? Ma'am, help me!" Shit like that. So no, Aizawa, like he's just looking at him and he's saying, "You, how dare you?" And like his eyes are glowing red. Izuku just points the gun at him and he's saying, "Yeah, I have 2 extra pods, man. I can send you back in." And this is when Jiro, she tries to like shoot out a heartbeat wave at him, which Deku, he's not going to be caught lacking. He just does a backflip, avoids it, shoots, catches Jiro, and Deku's just like, you two make a cute couple. Like looking at Popstep and Aizawa, and they're both blushing, and Deku just shoots the final capsule at them, and this pretty much causes them to share the thing. But now they're like really like in the pod, they're like all up on each other in a very awkward position because Deku doesn't know how like it feels to be in there because it kind of feels like you just get shot up in like a pool of water. So yeah, they're in a most strangest position for. They're not like face to face. No, it is pretty much like if Aizawa was about to do the wrestling move, the pile driver on Pop Step, like her like legs, like her posterior, her rear end is at his face, the back of her head is like towards his crotch. That's the like position they're in, suspended in fluid, and it's just like, I don't like that kid. Like Aizawa's like, this is what Pop Step is just like. I don't like the kid. Aizawa's just like, maybe he's not so bad. It was like really cramped, and he's just like, huh. I can't be too mad at the kid for this one, but I'm still kind of mad. So yeah, no. And Jiro, she's kind of fine. She's just like, what the fuck? All Might, he's just like, I can't move. Like they can't really move in suspended fluid animation. So yeah, All Might's the most pissed off right now. So when the police arrive and they're like, put your hands up and don't use your quirk, Deku's just like, don't have a quirk, and he's just like putting his gun like the back of his pocket now. So yeah, no, pretty much everyone's just like looking at him, and he's just saying, "I'm a quirkless." Oh shit, my bad. I didn't even realize it. So yes, he's just looking at everyone saying, "Now I'm pretty much a quirkless person. Uh, this is a gadget I invented." And Deku's just like he's tossing up the pod, like some of the pods, and he's just like, "Here are the villains." He tosses them to the officers. They catch him. He's saying, you pretty much just slam it on the ground, and then once it bursts open, it'll be out. And like he's tossing up. He has the All Might one, the Jiro one, and then the Aizawa Pop Step one. And he starts juggling all 3 of them, and he's aware of which one's which. So like he grabs 2 of them. One's about to fall, and then he just kind of spin kicks it into the crowd, and everyone like they took their eyes off of him for a second, and because of that, boom, he disappears. But where did he go? Well, if you don't think he'd have something to make him invisible, you was wrong. No, in reality, he just he hit he hit his belt buckle, which produced it pretty much bends the light around him, so he's just invisible. Like his cigarette's already out, so he's just like, then I'm gonna just walk away. just casually walking away. Um, Finally, the capsule breaks. The kick was enough to crack it, just not like break it on impact. So yeah. And it was All Might, and All Might's just like, where is he? Like, kind of pissed off. Like, the whole world is just like, yo, All Might just got done dirty. No lie. Like, he just got turned into like a guy's plaything. He got juggled. All Might got juggled, and when they look, they're like looking. They're trying to find out where he could have gone. They bring in dogs, but nothing. They can't find Izuku for anything. Now, what Izuku does do is, once he's on top of a building, he drops the pop step in Aizawa one, but like where it would fall on a dumpster. So when they pretty much break and fall in, like the trash is there. Aizawa lands, and pop step lands on Aizawa, and Aizawa's just like, yes! And then the back of her head hits his nuts, and he's just like, no! No! Where's that? He just like mumbling, and pop step like screams because Aizawa is like, space. So yeah, no, she gets up, she starts like slapping the shit out of Aizawa, and starts running off trying to find Jiro. And like Deku just like throws Jiro down on the ground. And when she gets out, she's ready to fight him, and he's just like, chill, 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 chill. Like, and he's just saying, like, he points down and he says like, there's Pop Step leaving. Aizawa was in the dumpster, and like everything's fine now. He just wanted to. Well, at first he was just like, he liked her performance. Like, he thought like she did really good being the DJ and everything. So she blushes. She's just like, oh, thanks. Wait, what kind of quirk do you have? And Deku's just like, fuck. He pulls out a cigarette, lights it. Jiro asks if she can bum one, so he hands her one. They light one together. Like, they pull, and then Jiro starts coughing, saying, like, what? What is that? And Deku's just like, oh, right. They don't have this brand on Earth. Like, he's just thinking to himself, like, I just gave her a space cigarette. She's not ready for this. Because then Jiro's just like, wow. Like, she feels insanely calm. Like, she's just, like, really mellow. And she's just looking at him and just like, your cigarettes are green, but it don't smell like that. What? And Deku's just like, don't worry about it. And as Deku's just like walking away now, like, she's just saying, wait, who are you? And he's just like, I said my name earlier. My name is Izuku Spiel. Nice to meet you. And like, he just goes off on his own. And like, she's just saying, wait, I'm sorry for attacking you. And Deku's just like, it don't really matter. It's fine. She's just saying, wait, what's your number? Like, just trying. And Deku's just like walking away, smiling, just like just waving her off. And he's saying, don't worry about it. If we'll meet each other again, then so be it. And like, a thunder crack in the skies, so Deku stops. And he looks back, and he's seeing that it's about to rain. He smiles, and he looks at Jiro. He compliments her on her outfit, which, it's very similar to her hero outfit, how she has it in, like, the anime and all that. Now, he's just saying, a storm is coming. How befitting. And he's just, like, thinking, sorry, I'm looking through something for myself. Where did I leave it? Pause. So yeah, Deku, I found what I was looking for. He's just looking around, and he's just like, Before he leaves, he looks at Jiro. I was like, there's more, like, it's starting, little droplets of rain are falling now. And he's just like, a faint clap of thunder. Clouded skies. Perhaps rain comes. If so, stay with me. And Jiro's just like, what? Deku, he just like, okay. And he just walks away. And Jiro's just like, wait, what? What? Wait a minute. No, don't go. And like, Deku, he's already invisible again, so she can't find him. He was in the doorway, so he never got rained on, but yeah, she did, so she was just like, what the fuck? She then hears her phone vibrating, and she checks in, it's, Pop Step, and she's just like, I saw you, I'm on a building rooftop, where are you? Just pretty much shit like that. So yeah, they reconvene, and they're just like, I don't, like, Jiro's just like, I don't know how I feel about him. Pop Step is just like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him when we find him, so you better find him before I do, girly. Because if you like him, fine, that's okay, but I'm about to fuck him up, so yeah. Now, Deku, like, he goes to a hotel. Like, no, he goes to a motel. Just one of those, like, outside the door ones. Simple one. Wait, no, they don't have those in Japan, do they? Remind me later, I guess? I don't know. Whatever. So Deku, he's pretty much just, he goes in, he checks out into this hotel room, and there's this girl who is working at the counter, and she smiles at Deku, flirting with him, thinking he's kind of cute. Like, she's saying, oh, are you not from here? And Deku's just like, well, I am and I'm not. It's been a while since I've been back, you could say. Now, Deku does look like, Spike Spiegel. Like how he does, like the one who's holding the cigarette brand. The Marlboro? However you say it. Anyway, yeah. And she's flirting up a storm with him. Like, Deku, he's looking at the rain. It's still raining outside. She also looks outside and she's just like, yeah, I like the rain too. It's my favorite season. Deku smiles at her and he's just saying, cool. And, like, the girl's just like, I also like your green hair. It's nice and curly, just like, kind of like mine. And it's not Suyu, it's actually Setsuna, the lizard girl. Lizard tail splitter is her quirk from 1B. Because, yeah. Yeah. Now, just because I'm going to have it where he did get fucked up a little bit during the 4-year time skip during his disappearance. He did something similar happened to him with Spike, where he meets a girl on like year and a half into his adventure with Rick. He meets a girl, 2 years together, she dies. Half a year later, he's back on Earth. So yeah, so Deku, he's just like, some time has passed, let's see how this goes. So he then just looks at her, he smiles, he tells her she's got a really cute smile, and then maybe, like, since it's already kind of late, they can get breakfast tomorrow. And she's just like blushing, she's saying, I'd like that. And Deku, he just goes off to his room. And another thundercrack, like, is off in the distance. So he just repeats it again. A faint clap of thunder. Clouded skies. Perhaps rain comes. If so, stay with me. And, like, she's just like, a faint clap of thunder. Even if rain comes not, I will stay here, together with you. Deku smiles and he's saying, good to see some people know good literature. And, like, she's blushing because that was one of her favorite, Tatankas, like, growing up as a kid. So, yeah. And now she's more of an ideal candidate for partnership, I guess, if you want to say. Since, to him, it's not necessarily all about looks, it's just how you can make them feel. So, clearly she knows good culture. So, yeah. And I'm gonna end it off here. Now, whether this gets uploaded right now, maybe, maybe not. I gotta do some other shit. So, yeah. Peace.